Have you ever wondered how they build massive triple boom excavators like this Cat 6015, 395 triple boom, or the brand new 352 triple boom? Well, today we are in the Netherlands in Beverwijk with Van Tunen to show you exactly how and where they build these massive triple boom excavators and a full tour of their workshop. So stay tuned to see how they build machines just like this and the world's first Cat 352 triple boom excavator. All that and more to come. Well, today Van Tunen is internationally recognized as a leading company in modifying equipment for customer and project-specific needs. Their history dates back to 1959 when Jaap Van Tunen started the business. It's interesting to note Van Tunen began as a construction and demolition business in the Netherlands, and after completing projects, the business began to morph into a rental company, offering specialized earth-moving machines. In 1984, Jan Van Tunen took over the business from his father, and from here, Van Tunen began to focus on adapting equipment to specialized needs of customers and projects, building their very first triple boom excavator, a Cat 375, in the year of 1998. Today, Van Tunen is a third-generation family business headquartered in Beverwijk, Netherlands, engaged in international coastal development, earth-moving, rockworks, and mining activities. They provide specialized rental equipment and technical support for dredging, earth-moving, and maritime and shipping sectors around the world. Their rental fleet today consists of conventional excavators, long-reach excavators, the iconic triple boom excavators of which Van Tunen is best known for, articulated haul trucks, wheel loaders, container workshops, and a whole lot more. While not widely known, Van Tunen's unofficial motto is "When things are hard and impossible."
This is the first 352 triple boom in the world. As you know, we started the triple booms in the early days with the 375s. After that, the 385s and then the 390s, 395s. That was the most familiar triple boom we had. And clients started to ask if we have bigger triple booms. So that's why we built the 6015 triple boom. And after that, the Hitachis, the 1900 and the 2000. But now we have some clients who are requesting some smaller machines as well, with the same reach and digging depth. And yeah, that's with the triple boom. You have the reach and you have the depth. You can work far away and close by. So that's the reason we started building this triple boom configuration. What we've done with the machine, first of all, we built the booms. We take some cylinders for the triple and stick cylinders and boom cylinders, mounted them, place some additional counterweight on the machine. And after that we changed all the main components like the hydraulic valves we adjusted for moving the triple boom configuration. And electrical, we did some adjustments also for the flow on the end, so we can use all auxiliary lines. So for this project we are going to use the share, clamshell, orange peel and some buckets, and even we have an additional extension boom. So it's not a triple boom but a quadruple boom.
Quadruple boom.
So
what size reach is that right now?
The current reach of this machine is 23 meters, and with the extension of 3 meters on it, and it's 26 meters.
Okay. So you're best known for the 390, 395 triple boom. That's like your bread and butter, but this is something new for you guys.
Yeah, indeed, and that was quite nice. Even if it's smaller, it's a special built machine.
So Teledyne, GPS on it.
Yeah.
Did you widen the undercarriage at all?
It's a wide undercarriage. It's the same undercarriage as you use normally on the Caterpillar long reach machines. So it has a weight of around 4.60 meters. Yeah, the total weight of this machine, how it was standing now here, is 17 tons. So, and indeed we built the GPS on it, Teledyne Rayson. That's on request of the client. It's a good system for dredging projects. And today we bring it out and we're gonna load it on the barge. and then it's going to go to a project in Germany. So
the first 352 triple boom in the world right here. So that's the 352 triple boom that Van Tunen's built, and behind it you've got your regular 352 as it comes from the factory from Caterpillar. Additional counterweight on the triple boom, obviously the triple boom, bit of a wider undercarriage, Teledyne GPS, tinted windows. It's a fine looking machine. So Van Tunen will build it here complete and then drive it out of their yard across the road onto a barge in the quay waiting and ship it direct to the customer. So all the parts go with it, sea cans of parts, extra cylinders, bucket. This one's got a shear going on the end of it. So Van Tunen ships everything with it so that when it arrives at the customer, it's ready to work. But it's interesting that they ship a lot of things by barge here versus in North America, we ship everything typically by truck. But it's one of the advantages that Van Tunen has. They can build the machine complete here in the yard, fully test it, make sure it works good, and then it ships to the customer ready to work, as opposed to disassembling it here and reassembling it on site and maybe encountering some gremlins or issues with reassembling things like GPS cords, hydraulic lines, that sort of thing. So there it is, the first 352 triple boom in the world, built right here in the Netherlands by Van Tunen.
As you see here is the 6015 triple boom. We just converted that one to bio oil. It's a requirement from a project. So we took out the normal hydraulic oil and put in there the biological one. Now, like I said, we're going to pick this one up complete with a carrier. He's going to lift it up, drive it on the industrial area, back to the quay on the front. And over there we have two big cranes of Mammoth, who's going to pick up the machine completely and put it straight on a barge. So it's going to stand on a gantry on top of a barge, and below there is the material need to be handled.
Tell me a bit about how you build this. You take a regular 6015, which is a mining class machine. What happens to it in the yard? It gets here. Do you buy it with the mining class digging front on it?
Yeah, we buy a standard 6015, a mass excavation with original tracks, original boom and stick. And as you can see over there, we have a couple of them laying new in the yard, never been used. So as soon as we sell the machine, we put it back in and we keep our parts for ourselves. After that, we change the track frames. We're going to extend them, put some widening frames in between there, so it's a square one and it's stable. We place some additional counterweight, not one but two additional counterweights, so in total this one is 3. We manufacture the main frame, so we can place 2 additional boom cylinders. So we double the lifting capacity of the machine with that one.
You got 4 up there right now.
Yeah, 4.
Jeez.
So we have double lifting capacity instead of the original one. We build the booms, put on the hydraulics again, the greasing, the lightning, and with this one we use the platforms on the side.
So the catwalks up there?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So with easy access, if you have to maintain the machine or inspect it, we built on a complete additional main control valve block. We use that valve for the trip cylinders, but also a normal mining machine doesn't have auxiliary lines. So we put auxiliary lines on there, but we don't use one valve, we use two for the auxiliary lines. So we have a big tool, like it's, for example, a big dredging pump or anything. It needs for around 1,000 liters of oil. We can just bring it up front, that's no problem. We have a maximum capacity up front of 1,400 liters hydraulic oil. Wow. So for the really big tools. Yeah.
For a 6015 that typically doesn't have it.
Yeah, that's it. It is 3 main pumps, so the flow is there. But yeah, now you have to bring it to the front, and we noticed that one valve isn't enough, so that's why we placed another one. And this machine is equipped as well with the GPS system of Teledyne. Most of the dredging machines we equip them with Teledyne, and dry equipment we put a Trimble earthwork system on there from Caterpillar.
You got Mike was saying you got lock valves on the boom as well?
Yeah,
so like if something were to happen, it wouldn't just fall?
We have check valves on all the boom cylinders, that if, for example, we have a hose burst or anything happen, the boom doesn't fall down, so it's a safety issue.
Let's have a look at the front here, the undercarriage. So what are the advantages that building it here complete and then shipping it complete have versus taking it apart and shipping it to the customer in pieces? Because this is going to leave here as is.
We want to have every machine here built up completely, so we know for sure all the parts are there. So if we're going to ship it, we're not missing any parts. But also you want to know for sure that the machine is in the right condition. Every function is adjusted accordingly, so with the right working pressures, the right flows, everything is working properly. And yeah, if we've done that one already, if we have to take it apart again, it costs us double the time. So we prefer to put it on the barge completely, and it saves a lot of time for everybody. The machine originally has a weight of 150 tons, and with all the adjustment we've done, we go to 250 tons. And with this one we have a reach of 35 meters and a lifting capacity of 13 tons.
Out at 35 meters?
Yeah, full reach.
How deep roughly?
The depth, we can go depth, but it's around 20-meter depth.
Wow.
And now we have some machines running with an extension boom. For this one we're building an extension boom as well of 7.5 meters. So then we can go to minus 27.
What happens to all the parts that came off it? Like these are 6015 395 bits.
Yeah, we have we have all of the 395 booms and sticks, the 6015s, Hitachis. We just park them here, and yeah, we're just waiting. Sometimes we have a project they use a standard boom configuration, but most of the times it's special. So then the booms are only laying here and waiting till we sell the machine, because we don't want to sell the special products we have. So then we change them over and put the boom and stick back in there and just mount the original counterweight back on there. Everything we built is modular, so it's we can easily take it off and put it back on another machine.
Well, Van Tunen acquires the base machine from the OEM. Their triple boom and long reach fronts are built in-house from scratch. Here in the workshop, a 395 counterweight is being built alongside a 395 triple boom section, all custom engineered and built by Van Tunen in-house. Sections, this will be paint and primer?
Yeah, paint and primer. After that we put all the hydraulics on there, the greasing lines, lightning, put the bearings in there, and after that we put it back to painting to the color we want. And this one will be the original color, the yellow one. Last we did for a client, we did company colors. Okay. So that's a possibility as well. Yeah. And outside we have a new 395 waiting. So as soon as these machines leave the yard, then we're going to build this one up and prepare it for a new project. What we notice is a lot of our clients don't want to have machining company colors on their project. So that's why we put it back to the original colors. So it's easy for our clients to take it and bring it to their projects.
One of the unique facets of Van Tunen's service offering is that each machine that leaves on rent to a customer gets a C-can with critical spare parts and tools sent with it. This is to minimize downtime of the machine, as spare parts, critical fluids, and the tools to repair it are all available and on hand with the machine. As seen here with the blue C-can leaving with the Cat 352 triple boom, and the C-can on a barge in Belgium from one of our previous videos where Van Tunen's Cat 6015 triple boom worked on an underwater tunnel construction project. When you have a massive rental fleet, you need a massive inventory of spare parts for said fleet. Van Tunen keeps critical spare parts for machines in-house, such as cylinders, hoses, tracks and undercarriage parts, lubricants such as oils and grease, and of course OEM parts like filters, hoses, electrical parts, and everything in between. One could almost say Van Tunen is often better stocked than some Cat dealers with their incredibly large inventory of parts and components.
So the company colors, blue with a white stripe and the red logo. We started at house, then we get this location in Heemskerk with a workshop on the back side and the office on the front. And after that we went to Velsen, to Tata, where we had 8 workshops next to each other with some equipment, but we rented out to a company, and that's when we came here. So we took this location. The projects you see over here, this one and those are pictures from the pier, the breakwater in Wijkenzee. We took out the breakwater over there and built it up again. For that project we bought a Pocklane 600. It was a machine with 2 V12s in there, so double engine. And the blocks you see here are 40 tons. So we took out the blocks with that equipment. We especially bought that machine for that project. Yeah, this is something we're familiar with, is the big pits with the depths of how far you can go. This was minus 25, but now we did the project with the 6015 last time, and it was minus 38.
Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope you learned about Van Tunen and their unique equipment and the projects they work on. If you want to learn more about Van Tunen, you can go to their website, link below. You can also follow them on social media, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can keep up to date with all their projects, the unique equipment they build, and what they do around the world. So thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next video.